is growing. The Prime Minister notes that just last week, a major announcement was made that will revamp the island's entertainment center.
On Monday last, when the announcement was made of the $5.5 million acquisition of Freeport's premier commercial and retail center, Port Lucaya Marketplace, by United Kingdom businessman Peter Hunt and his partners, and they have obviously their plans to upgrade the marketplace, but also the kind of purchaser whose vision does not stop at owning this shopping complex, but who will, in fact, I am satisfied, use that as a platform.
The Prime Minister also noting that 2 hotels that were once booming but left unoccupied and deteriorating for years are now on the market for sale. He is offering assurance that a deal could be reached soon.
The owner of the Xanadu Hotel is in the initial stages of closing on the sale and redevelopment of this historic 188-room resort and marina. This will add valuable luxury inventory to the product offering. Investors are also showing interest in the purchase and redevelopment of the Royal Oasis, which, if concluded, will certainly breathe new life into the city of Freeport. I should tell you from an internal point of view, I told Obi Wilshcombe, I'll bring the crown and put it on your head myself, you see, for something of that kind. But there you are. There are people who know the property who have expressed this interest, so we shall see what we shall see.
He adds that initiatives are also in motion to attract investor interest in the acquisition and redevelopment of the former Ginn holdings. Now, despite these positive prospects, the nation's leader says the island is still not of the proverbial woods as yet.
The largest resort owner in Grand Bahama, Hutchison, is still not realizing a profit, and together with the government continues to subsidize the operation of both their resort and the casino. Hutchison and the government are in critical discussions to find an early, sustainable and viable solution so as to keep these properties operational.
As the island continues its trek to economic growth and reclaiming its glory days, the nation's leader says more work must be done.
In Grand Bahama, we must resolutely tackle issues of cost, productivity, flexible and competitive yet fair industrial agreements, addition of new inventory, product enhancement, better airfares, lower aviation fuel and handling charges, better airport facilities for non-U.S. flights, lower electricity costs, penetration of new markets, etc. All of these things we must address collectively. These are all matters which the government and private sector partners must resolutely address.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Ian Roll, also addressing the business outlook today. Roll says that the Port Authority's vision plan is based on 2 words, growth and impact, which will be achieved through creating critical mass.
The 2 areas of focus would be on the further development of the cruise and tourism industry and to increase the number of permanent residents on the island. The cruise passenger throughput for 2014 was some 1.4 million persons. Our goal is to cause that number to double within 5 years.
He says cruise line executives have noted that the cruise experience in Freeport must be improved and more attractions should be introduced. He says the Port Authority is now considering various new attractions to cause existing cruise ships to increase their service and to cause new ships to come to Freeport. Grand Bahama's population stands around 55,000, and Roll hopes this number will increase by 10,000 within the next 10 years. But when it comes to increasing mass on land, he says the help of the government is needed.
Certain immigration policies need to be tweaked. For instance, if somebody purchases a unit or a business for $500,000 or more, they should receive economic resident status, giving them the right to work in their own business. And this same status should be granted to direct family members. Where are these people coming from? These persons are going to come from high tax zones, persons escaping religious victimization, persons from countries that are in political turmoil, and persons from countries that want to escape the harsh winter storms.
Bahamians are among the first group of candidates hoping to become international cruise ship crew members through a joint effort between the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line and the Bahamas government. As they prepare to begin their intense training process, the Minister of Tourism gave them a special charge. The introduction of the new Grand Celebration cruise ship presented new opportunities for Bahamians to be a part of the cruise industry. Following their orientation and initial training session on board the vessel, the 50 potential seafarers heard an inspiring and thought-provoking message from Minister of Tourism Obi Wolshcombe.
You will determine where we go from here. You will determine whether or not other Bahamians will be given the opportunity. You will determine whether or not the industry begins to change because of you. The truth is, the cruise industry has been tremendous to the Bahamas. We welcome more than 4 million cruise passengers to the Bahamas a year. No one else in the Caribbean does that. And we continue to see cruise vessels coming to our nation, the biggest, the most luxurious, all coming here because of what God gave us.
Minister Wolshcombe told the young people about his personal experience of how he was determined to be a broadcaster from a young age. He eventually became the youngest news reporter when he was hired by the Broadcasting Corporation and moved up the ranks to assistant general manager before entering politics. He said they too can realize their dreams.
All of you who sit here have dreams. If you want a job, then you're in the wrong place. If you want a career, then you're starting the right place. You're starting with the right thoughts about what I need to do. If you're just looking for a paycheck, then you're making a mistake. You have to put your heart and your soul into whatever you do. You've got to want to serve. And in serving, you get your joy. You get your life. You get your appreciation for the qualities, for the talent God gave us.
He said the Bahamas has regained its prominence in the tourism industry and is now one of the leaders worldwide, having welcomed some 6.3 million tourists to these islands in 2014. He admonished the candidates to do their part to ensure the Bahamas remains on top.
We're leading again because we believed that we could do it, and we went out and we made it happen. And all the team members who work in China, team members who work in London, team members who work in the United States, team members who are in Latin America, all Bahamians out there working every day to get people to come to our country. These cruise lines bring millions of visitors. So you must do your part to ensure that when they come here, when they come on the vessel, that they know I'm amongst a great family. The truth is, we want the best. And I've asked this company to ensure that we demand the best of you. I'm asking them to make sure that you're delivering the highest quality of service.
The tourism minister charged the future cruise ship workers to represent their country well.
When you get here, people should know that you're a Bahamian. They should know that you're a Bahamian not because you say it, but because you live it.
President of the Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line, Charlie Kinnear, is excited about the opportunity to help Bahamians to engage in fulfilling careers in the cruise industry.
We are well on our way to getting these people qualified and ready to come on board working on not only our ship, but any ship in the world. So there's an intense training program that they're about ready to go through, and we were honored today to have them on board. They toured the crew areas. They met with the crew so that they can understand what it is to actually have a career as a seafarer.
Stay with us. There's more news after this.